So tariffs are paused, but the chaos continues. And you know what they say about chaos? It's really bad for business. Pretty soon it could hurt brand America. The United States has always been seen as a safe bet. Want a stable currency? Use the US dollar. Want a trusted government bond? Buy from the US Treasury. Want to store your gold abroad? Just ask the Federal Reserve. This is how things have been run since the Second World War. It is a system designed by the United States and it is backed by their military and economic heft. But could it all be unraveling? Well, the signs are there. Germany is thinking about bringing back its gold from the United States. As you know, every country has a gold reserve. They stock up bullions for stability. But some of those bullions are stored abroad, mainly in London and New York. Why is that? Well, London and New York are key financial hubs, so it's easy to sell or pledge the gold. Plus, security is a big concern. Say your country is under attack, your enemies take over the gold vaults. You would lose access to a key source of money, and this is why countries store some of their gold abroad. And Germany has a lot of it. They have some 3,300 tons of gold. Out of this, 1,200 tons of gold are stored in the United States. But some German leaders now want to bring it back, and that includes a former German minister. They want to bring back the gold or at least inspect it. Why? Because they do not trust Donald Trump. Technically, the gold is on US soil. Imagine the US government deciding to take it over using force. What would Germany do? Would they send soldiers to New York? I know it sounds like a far-fetched scenario, but German leaders are worried. They feel it is better to be safe than sorry. I'm sure other countries are also discussing this concern. India, for example, has been bringing back its gold. New Delhi stores gold in London, New York, and Basel, Switzerland. But recently, a lot of it has been brought back, nearly 200 tons in the last 2 years. 200 tons of Indian gold has been brought back. Now, India's reasoning was different here. The Reserve Bank of India felt confident about the country's economic trajectory. Hence, they decided to repatriate the gold. But Donald Trump adds a different dimension to the campaign, the dimension of trust. Can you trust America to safeguard your gold? As of now, this is just a question. There is no global campaign to relocate gold from America, but the mere debate is a story in itself. It tells you how trust is eroding. Just look at the US dollar. In the year 2000, the dollar made up 70% of global reserves, 70. Countries like to stock up the dollar. But now it has fallen to 57%. Same with US government bonds. It's seen as a very safe bet by investors. Normally, they stock up on US bonds when there is uncertainty. But this week, despite the chaos, investors sold US bonds. Why? Because of eroding trust in the United States. And America has only itself to blame for this problem. They created this whole system after the Second World War, and they put themselves at the center of it. Fair enough, they won the war, plus no other country had the will or the power to do it. But when you become the centerpiece, you must be trustworthy. You must avoid politicization, and that is where the US failed. They weaponized global financial services, they weaponized the dollar's dominance, and they used this system to further their gains. So naturally, countries pushed back. Of course, Trump is adding to that chaos. Until now, only American rivals were pursuing alternatives, but now even allies like Germany are doing it. As I said, these are just conversations for now. But if they gain momentum, they could signal the end of America's financial dominance.
Greeting you with aloha and namaste.
I love India.
Presence, occupation of a territory by another country pertains to India, what we saw in Kashmir.
How do you see Trump's America?
Yes, the current administration behaves differently from the previous administration.
Are you saying that there are foreign powers who are trying to bring down the current government in Syria?
Exactly.
Bluntly, Iran, maybe Russia too.
Prime Minister Modi committed to South-South, cooperation. for both sides.
Not over 50%.
Is Ukraine prepared to pay the price for that peace?
No compromises at the cost of territorial integrity and sovereignty.